Doma Sports Talk Worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now I'm gonna hurry this up. I want to see if Lewis Hamilton and them boys, Max Verstappen and them boys, what they gonna do at the start. You know what I mean? So I want to see what's happening in the world of Formula One. So let me hurry up with this video. Right? Check this out. You know, your boy Anthony Joshua is a bad boy. Right? One of the best heavyweights we got. You know, he don't got 4 titles or 3. I don't count the IBO. 3 titles and twice for nothing. You know, I'm not an Anthony Joshua lover because of, the beginning. I'm an acknowledger of someone who is great. Great heavyweight. Chinny, but so was Vladimir Klitschko, and others. So you're good, bottom line. Like I always like to say is I was never a Michael Jordan fan. That don't mean I don't know he's awesome. You know what I mean? So Anthony Joshua was pretty good, damn good heavyweight in my opinion. But I didn't like the things that were going on with Deontay Wilder. I think that sometimes you can just say I don't want to fight him right now, and that's okay. Giving Deontay Wilder the props that he deserved at the time. I mean, it's obvious who didn't want to fight at the time, but you were going back and forth, America against Britain and all that old stuff that really didn't need to happen. But it is what it is in boxing, right? But when you're talking AJ, you have to realize that AJ has not fought in an environment where he's not being cheered and revered and loved, right? When you fight like that, AJ, Canelo, Pacquiao, these kind of guys are fighting where everything they do, everything, if they avoid a punch, it's cheered. Jabs are cheered. Throwing punches that don't land, cheered, right? These are the things. So when you fight in that environment, are you going to be ready for if that changes? And a lot of people, myself, one of my favorite uploaders, have been saying when Tyson Fury comes back for AJ, right? Um, People are going to be going for Tyson Fury in England. Now, let's make sure this is clear. Certain things that AJ came out and spoke about Black Lives Matter, but he was before that. He was already active with his boy Rasheem Sterling, one of the footballer or a soccer player from England. Bad boy. Matter of fact, he just scored 2 goals the other day. Matter of fact, yesterday. Sterling ain't playing, right? Bottom line, but he's going through things on the pitch, bananas, ape sounds, and things like that. And Joshua's been having his back from day one. So, Joshua's been active and making sure that people are treated equally. But coming out in Black Lives Matter, he's going to have a newfound hate. Because make sure this is clear. The emotion that supersedes all other emotions is racism. Everything else, the rule of law, right or wrong, religion, all that takes a backseat to racism. Because a lot of people, we talking about we going to church and this, that every Sunday, and they're still racist, which is a hypocritical thing. Because I don't know anywhere in the Bible where it says you should be racist and other people are not created equal. I don't know what Bible you're reading. So it's just kind of like a hypocritical thing in the first place. That's why we got so many atheists. Because like, well, if you guys are Christians, how are you racist and Christian at the same time? I don't understand it. But okay, right? So those are the things that are going on. So Joshua's going to be finding some newfound racism coming his way or hate. They're going to hide it behind other things, but they're going to be going for Tyson Fury. He's been walking around. He's on vacation right now. And he was just walking around, and people just started, there's only one Tyson Fury. They get it to him. So he had to put up the middle finger. Now, this is cool, right? But when you get in there and it's time to start fighting and you're not prepared, right? We saw what happened to him in his first fight away from England when he fought Andy Ruiz in New York. And even though the crowd was still for him, just because the surroundings wasn't the same, he had all kind of problems going into that fight. A lot of alleged things went on in the locker room. So, he's going to have to get his mental state up to par because going forward, there won't be a pro Joshua fan. If he fights Tyson Fury somewhere, they're going to be probably going for Tyson Fury. They're letting him know now. So he's going to have to prepare himself for that, right? You got to ask yourself, they're going to be saying this. At least Tyson Fury, you didn't want to fight Deontay Wilder because the English people are going to admit that now because now they have a good reason to have another guy that they can fall back on. So they're going to admit Anthony Joshua did not want to fight Deontay Wilder, which was clear then. But, hey, it was just we got an English person, nationalism. which is also way up there, but it's behind racism. Okay, so now we have Tyson Fury. Now we can tell the truth. You didn't want to fight Deontay Wilder. Tyson Fury had to come out and fight Deontay Wilder, and he fought him to a draw the first time and beat him the second time, right? And so, Anthony Joshua is going to have to just be real. Well, I would rather not fight Deontay Wilder than fight him and cheat him. You're going to have to go there because that's what's going to have to go. You're going to have to go there. I'd rather not fight him than fight him and cheat him because at the end of the day, you're supposed to be banned for life. You just lucky, right? That's how he's going to have to come. If you come any other way talking about, well, this and that, no politically correct. If he's going to come like that and people are going to go at you, then you're going to have to come right back. I would rather have not fought Deontay Wilder than fight him and cheat him on both occasions, right? Because for Tyson Fury, he hasn't had to go through any problems. The first fight, he didn't win the fight, but it was perceived as such. Nobody said, hey, Deontay Wilder, this little guy, was chasing this guy around. He was the aggressor in rounds, landed more punches, knocked him down in 2 separate rounds. That was pretty good for the smaller guy. It's never, no one has that opinion about the fight. The guy who was doing the not so aggressive and doing the running and just fainting, that guy is all of a sudden considered good. You see, that doesn't Floyd Mayweather or any fighters who fight like that. That's not considered good. All of a sudden, we wanted knockouts. Now the guy that's looking for a knockout, pressing the action, knocking someone down, we didn't consider like he won. He didn't win any of those rounds, right? The next fight, he dominated Deontay Wilder from the beginning to the end. And we have tons of proof that this not everything needs to be investigated and it's just absolutely ridiculous. I don't even want to keep it makes me feel like people are patronizing me if I keep talking about that. Everybody saw that. Everybody sees the evidence. If you're still thinking that's just not worthy of a investigation when we're talking about something which you can get banned for the life others have by doing that, then it's worthy of investigation. But not to even investigate, it tells you what we're dealing with. Basically, this is a racist thing. We pick sides, and we don't care if he won and he cheated. Bottom line, he beat his brother up in Black History Month. That is way too cool for us to be looking at something else. But just say it then, right? Bottom line is, there's no rule of law. If no one is checking that, if you can box and cheat like that and no one is even thinking about it, the sanctioning body is ignoring it, the Nevada State Athletic Commission is like you're involved and you won't say nothing. They turned off a camera when people are supposed to be, and all of that. No one is addressing it, and the typical people on TV that you watch every day on those channels, debate shows and all that, right? They don't talk about nothing about the Tyson Fury Deontay Wilder fight except Deontay Wilder saying that the soup could have been heavy. That's it. They don't talk about nothing. And the websites, they don't talk about nothing about that unless Tyson Fury comes out and denounces it. Then he's cleared. WBC has cleared him. And they're not even, you don't have the authority to clear him of a crime. But they just cleared him just because he said, I don't want to hear about it and we shouldn't even be discussing it. So that's the landscape we have. So Anthony Joshua, who hasn't had to deal with this yet, is going to be dealing with this now a lot. So he's going to have to change his mentality. For example, if Anthony Joshua goes and dances around Tyson Fury, he loses that fight. He loses that fight. They're not going to, be like, oh, that was cool to dance around Tyson Fury. They were still with him dancing around Andy Ruiz Jr. It's not going to be the same. People have said this before. So, we got to just see what happens going forward, but it's going to be very interesting to see how Anthony Joshua performs when the crowd is not with him. Same thing with Canelo, right? Pacquiao's up out of here now, but the same thing with Canelo. They've never been in an environment where the crowd is not going for them. And I mean, really going for them. So that's going to be significant. Keep your eye on that. Doma Sports Talk, worldwide. And I'm about to here, y'all.